Okay, this is a video specifying the 624 heads for small block Chevrolet. Uh, this first image you can see, it talks about how these heads are extremely light in casting and they crack all around the exhaust seats. They're even lighter than the 882s, which have a double heat riser passage, and they're a smog head. You know, they're not the lightest smog head because they're not notched all around the exhaust side of the head bolts like the thinner heads are. Uh, Here's another list that kind of gives a breakdown of all the cylinder heads that are available. And in my opinion, and this is not, gospel, but the 624 head is the worst head that all other things being equal, it's the worst cylinder head that you can wind up with. But bear that in mind. You know, let's say you have a set of these heads and they work well. They don't have any valve guide wear that creates excessive oiling. Your engine's not getting exceptionally hot due to like a cracked exhaust seat or anything like that. That's fine. You know, they're probably fine. But once again, if you have a chance to choose any other cylinder heads on a list, go ahead and put 462s or excuse me 624 heads on the very bottom, and a set of 041s or 291s or 186s, the double humps. These are really decent heads. A lot of people do okay with the 882s. They're a head that works well if you modify them. You know, here's a 487 head. That's a decent head, but specifically if you want a head with those characteristics, the best head that you can come up with is a 993, and it has all the features that 624 has. Similar combustion chambers. Usually these 993s have the 194 intake valve, which is a little more suited for performance. But, I guess mid-range on that cylinder head would be the 882. A lot of people do well with these because they're modifiable. Once again, they're thinner. You're going to run into problems if you start porting in these areas. And let's see here. There's another thing on cylinder heads here where they talk about how here's a break of the port itself, but with the thinner cylinder heads, here's your exhaust, here's your rocker stud. This is actually open on the thinner cylinder head, so in other words, you'll have an intake leak if you don't seal your studs. There's another breakdown of the ports, intake and exhaust. But once again, here's a 624 head. Kind of gives an idea as to what their limitations are, and it's not good. I wouldn't want them on my engine if I was building one from scratch. But if you're not building one from scratch and you already have a set of these on your engine and they run fine, run them. Just don't get the engine hot, because you will run into cracking issues. I hope this helps.